Dr. Oby Ezekwesili, economist, former Minister of Education, co-founder of Transparency International, and one of Nigeria's most respected voices in governance, development, and social reform. Known for her fierce intellect, bold advocacy, and unshakable integrity, Oby Ezekwesili has taken her message of accountability and justice across global stages, from high-level conferences to hard-hitting interviews. Let's take a look at Oby Ezekwesili's most compelling moments from advocacy conferences and interviews, moments that not only inspired change, but also left lasting images of courage, wisdom, and vision. One of the most iconic moments came during her powerful address at the World Economic Forum in Davos, dressed in her signature African print outfits, glasses firmly in place, and voice unwavering. Oby delivered a rousing talk on the need for transparency in African leadership. With world leaders listening, she challenged the international community to rethink its engagement with Africa, not as a charity case, but as a partner in development. That speech was widely quoted, and the photo of her gesturing passionately from the podium remains one of her most iconic visuals. At the United Nations Development Program Summit in New York, she was part of a panel on youth empowerment and institutional reform. Surrounded by global changemakers, Oby stood out for her clarity and forceful delivery. She reminded the audience that Africa doesn't lack potential, it lacks good leadership. Photos from the event captured her mid-speech, pointing upward, with the Nigerian flag pinned on her blazer, a symbol of pride and urgency. Closer to home, her advocacy at conferences like the African Governance Dialogue in Abuja and the Social Good Summit in Lagos cemented her reputation as the conscience of a generation. Whether seated among policy experts or standing before students, Oby Ezekwesili brought the same intensity, breaking down complex issues like education reform, corruption, and civic engagement in ways that everyone could understand. Her interviews are just as impactful. On international networks like CNN, BBC, and Al Jazeera, she's known for her sharp comebacks and data-backed arguments. In one viral BBC interview during the height of the #BringBackOurGirls campaign, Oby's calm but powerful tone cut through the screen. She held nothing back, holding the Nigerian government accountable while also appealing to the global community to act. That moment, a Nigerian mother, leader, and advocate, became a defining image of resilience and advocacy. Even in local interviews, Oby brings the same energy, whether on Channels TV, Rise News, or online forums. Her words are always focused, honest, and deeply passionate. She never shies away from uncomfortable truths. She challenges corruption, she pushes for reform, and most of all, she empowers people, especially young Nigerians, to speak up, take action, and demand more. At gender equity conferences, Oby is often the keynote voice. At the 2024 African Women in Leadership Conference, she stunned the crowd with a call for women to move from the margins to the center of power. Her message, "Don't ask for a seat at the table, build your own table." Images from that speech, with her hands raised and eyes determined, quickly trended online as a motivational moment for women across the continent, even outside of major events. Oby Ezekwesili carries her advocacy into every setting. At educational seminars, she shares her vision for transforming Africa through knowledge. At governance workshops, she challenges the status quo and calls for citizen-led accountability. Whether she's surrounded by presidents or students, Oby speaks with the same goal: to create a better, freer, more just society. Her wardrobe, a blend of bold anchor patterns, simple suits, and statement pins, reflects her personality: vibrant, grounded, and unapologetically African. Every appearance is deliberate, and every image of her speaking, gesturing, or listening deeply has become a visual of leadership that is wise, courageous, and inspiring. From global summits to grassroots dialogues, from primetime interviews to academic panels, Oby Ezekwesili continues to lead with vision and integrity. She is more than a public figure. She is a voice, a force, and a symbol of advocacy that transcends borders.